Welcome into Tipper Not Sports. We got our Lakers correspondent, Mac. Mac, how you feeling about the Lakers right now?
I'm optimistic, realistic, but I'm optimistic. That's about all I can say about them right now.
What do you mean realistic?
I'm vibing with the vision of JJ Redick specifically. I'm vibing with that, but
Liking him?
I think he has been phenomenal so far. I like also his uh the coaches he has surrounding him. Also, I think him getting some like experience with that was a pretty good idea. But also I just really need Rob Pelinka to get off his ass and make some moves on here or do something.
Are you happy with the I was gonna ask you later any trades you want to see, but are you happy with the moves they made so far?
They've not made any moves.
So no.
They have the exact same roster as last year, so
So
not
let's
quite.
jump into that. What
Yeah.
trades would you like to see the Lakers make?
I genuinely think I I mean I get it, like it is what it is, but Gabe Vincent has been just absolutely non-existent on the bench, and the man is eating $11 million a year. So I think in a perfect scenario, you're either taking that salary right there and maybe a couple second round picks. I would not give up a first round pick for this man, but
And
Robert
honestly, two
freaking
years, 11
Williams,
million, that's a good trade
it
piece.
is. And get me Robert freaking Williams. The man, I know he's an injury risk, but he's a very big and athletic center. He gives you a lot on defense. I don't need him to shoot threes. I don't. AD's got that, but I don't expect anybody to come in and play alongside AD in a play lineup. I don't think JJ Redick kind of envisions anything like that. I think AD is cemented at the center right now. I just need
Yes.
somebody
AD's
who's
been
not.
playing good ball.
He has. That's Mr. MVP right there.
Yeah. Do you think where do you think he ends up finishing MVP race? Do you think he
Uh,
could actually take it home?
I think Nikola Jokic, if he plays 65 games, there's nobody that's going to have a shot other than
His stats are ridiculous right now.
Maybe Jason Tatum if he continues. But I just genuinely don't see anybody other than Jokic
I feel like
getting
Tatum
it.
honestly is getting negatively impacted because the rest of the team is so good.
I mean, that's true. I mean,
Like
you're
you take
seeing
out
what
Tatum, they could still win 50 games.
easily. You take off Jokic, nah, nah. They got swapped. They got freaking destroyed by the non-existent Pelicans, who are a bunch of G League players right now because of
The Pelicans
injuries.
are I thought it was a fluke early season, but it seems like they might just actually be rough this year.
We'll have to see when they get some people healthy, but I don't know about them. But anyway, give me Robert Williams.
And with
Um,
Robert Williams, I've pulled up his salary. The
mhm.
salary actually works.
Oh, I've been on that ESPN trade
Yeah.
machine. I've been doing this. I know exactly who works with that. I mean, I don't think you'd have to give up a first round pick for Robert Williams. If it was that, definitely wouldn't do it.
So would
My
you
other
ideally want to see Robert Williams side by side with Anthony Davis or just depth on the
No,
bench?
just depth on the bench. I think he's somebody that can give you a spark off the bench because the dude went like looking at his like I can't remember what game it was recently, but he barely missed like any shots. He was getting blocks. He was getting steals. Like that's literally all they need is somebody just to
Yeah.
come in and provide some kind of like bench help,
Do
like
you feel like
with
Jackson Hayes has
defense.
filled that role at all, or are you happy with Hayes?
He's been okay. Like I wouldn't say he's been great. I would say he's been okay. He definitely brings energy, but I think he also makes a lot of mistakes.
He seems
Definitely,
like some raw, just athleticism.
yeah. Which the Lakers don't have a lot of that, but
When's
I think,
Vanderbilt? We were going to talk injuries at some point, maybe. What's Vanderbilt's injury looking like?
well, classic Laker fashion. They don't want to be upfront and honest about anything, but I did see it was like I can't remember if it was yesterday or today, but they gave an update that there would not be an update until 2 weeks.
What an update.
So, yeah, we get an update that there's no update. So there's no telling with that, man. I mean, literally, I honestly don't expect him back before Christmas. I would be shocked if he comes back before Christmas, like
But,
actual shocked the way this is going.
and Vanderbilt, obviously, like, he doesn't, his main thing that he brings to the table is defense.
Yeah.
I watched them. I forget what game it was. It was the other night, but I thought they actually looked pretty good on defense. Specifically, Cam Reddish. Like he didn't
Mhm.
take on a huge offensive load. Um, Max Christie, kind of same thing. He was a little bit more aggressive on offense, but
Yeah.
he looked engaged and motivated on defense. Like they're staying afloat right now,
Hmm.
even without
Yeah.
Vanderbilt.
I mean, Cam Reddish, like, yeah, for sure. As long as he can buy into that role of defense only, I think he's still got an NBA career. Because, I mean, he's kind of a non existent player when you're talking offensive wise. Max Christie is a man that I am just confused by because you're 6'6", you could be a great two-way wing, but it's just not clicked this season for him. And I've watched every game so far except for the Cleveland game because I couldn't watch because of the freaking restrictions
The
on the
blackout
NBA app.
restrictions.
Yeah, I mean they got to do something about that. That's a whole other conversation, though. That's my beef with, I guess, Adam Silver. I don't know, but either way, that was the only game I missed, which I wasn't mad that I missed because that was a blowout anyway. They got absolutely destroyed
That's
by
what
Cleveland.
same thing. Warriors Cavs. They played, and I was like, I'll watch it the next day. And I
Yeah,
went back, saw the score. I was like, I'm not watching that one.
not even worth it.
Burn the tape.
Yeah. But so far, I've liked what Max has done recently. He's definitely, I think, him getting benched and like simply put out of the rotation kind of sparked something a little bit because he has played a whole lot harder. He's not taking as many stupid like shots that I because like I watched the preseason, watched the first like season. He just looked like he was forcing way too much with like the team, and I don't know. It's not ideal when you've got LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Austin Reeves.
Dalton
Give
Connect,
me
apparently.
apparently Dalton Knecht. I mean,
Let's get into that. Dalton Connect.
yeah,
Thoughts on
I
his
was
performance the other night?
yeah,
37 points, 9 of 11 from three.
I was watching that in this living room right here, and I don't know, man. I was in awe. Not even gonna lie to you. I was like, first three went in. I was like, okay, that's good. Second, all right. Shot a third one. I said, oh, all right. Keep feeding them. Got the fourth one, and then that's when I was just like, we might actually have a real shooter on this team for the first time in like I don't know how long. Because D'Angelo Russell is a good shooter. Austin Reeves also is a good shooter, but there's something different about this,
He
about Dalton
looks,
Knecht, in my opinion.
he does not look like he's built like a rookie. He definitely, stature wise, he looks way bigger. And that game, they did a great job. All of his looks, like they kind of came in spurts where it's like he
Mm-hmm.
got three looks from the same spot.
Yeah,
And when he made five in a row, like I think three, four, maybe even all five of them were pretty much from an identical spot on the floor.
exactly. That left wing
Yes.
has a
In the
spot
first
apparently.
that first quarter, it was in the corner,
Yep.
just kept feeding him.
But the thing I really liked about him in the beginning was how much he was cutting to the basket because you would see literally anytime they would drive, he was slashing down, getting easy dunks, and then that he had that oop from Austin Reeves. I mean, he's athletic. Like
Yes.
I forgive Rob Pelinka for the Jalen Hood Shafino draft just because he drafted Dalton Connect. I will forgive Rob Pelinka for that one thing right there with
So
Dalton.
do you think that this Dalton Connect's performance, 37 points, 9 3-pointers, do you think we get through 82 games? That's the highlight of his season, or do you think there's still a better performance in the works?
I think it really depends on injuries, to be completely honest. Like, I think if he keeps, because I do think when Rui comes back, he is going to get his starting spot back. And but I do think JJ is going to play Dalton a whole lot more after all this. But I think like I don't think JJ would take Rui's starting lineup away because he got hurt and stuff like that. But I think it just depends. I wouldn't be surprised if he did have another explosion of like I think he could for sure get like a game where he scores 40, which is how hot he can get apparently.
He had a shot
Um,
the other night. Like the very last three he took was for 40. It was a good look. He just
I
didn't knock
know
it down.
I wanted it. I wanted it bad. I
Most of
wanted
the
it bad.
shots he got though, he wasn't forcing a lot besides I
No,
think either the eighth and ninth or the seventh and eighth 3-pointer.
mhm.
Those two, like they were contested.
Yeah,
He
you
still
got to
pulled the
shoot it at that
trigger.
point. You got to
Oh
at
yeah.
that point. Yeah,
Well,
like
going through the tape, usually I watch just the makes for people,
Mhm.
and that one I watched the makes and misses, and it added like 4 shots.
They wasn't there weren't any.
What'd he go? Do I have that written down?
I know he was 9-11 for three, tied the rookie record, but I don't know what his like total field goal, what he like actually shot at the end of the day.
He did not. I think he missed one 3-pointer. That sounds like a
Mm.
lie, but maybe.
I think he missed two. I think he was 9 for 11.
Let's see. I have this. I guess I could just pull it up. While I'm looking this up, so we got trades, connect, general feeling. Cam Reddish looking good on defense. What do you
Mm.
think right now, whatever today's date is, stealing floor for the Lakers going forward?
Stilling. I think if they don't make a trade, I think this team, if they luck into a good playoff situation, could maybe make the conference finals. I think it would have to depend on where everybody else falls though. I
What do you
don't
think
think
is a
they.
good playoff situation for the Lakers? It's
That's a
okay if
good
you don't
one.
have an idea of that in your head right
Let's see.
now.
Let me look at the standings right now. So
So I actually had
right
that pulled up.
now they're third, maybe playing the Timberwolves, which is very early. But so here's the teams that I genuinely think the Lakers could potentially beat in the series. I think they could honestly beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think they could beat the Minnesota Timberwolves, Phoenix Suns, Sacramento Kings. I don't think they could beat the Denver Nuggets. I, I'm about to see about Houston Rockets. I don't know if I trust them.
They're
Houston
an interesting
Rockets.
team.
Yeah, I
They
mean they're playing really well though.
but they're just in the same boat as the Thunder for me. Like no matter how good they get, they're still just so young.
Yeah,
And when you
I don't
look
think.
at the Nuggets, the
Yeah,
Lakers, the Warriors, I guess to an extent, maybe the Suns, but just like playoff experience, the
yeah,
Mavs, there's just so
I,
much experience in the
yeah. I
West.
don't. I don't think they can beat the Dallas Mavericks. If I'm being completely honest, I think the Mavericks have just made a couple moves, and like they're not playing very well right now. And I also saw that Luka just got hurt.
Yeah,
So
for
like,
it seems like a good chunk of time.
yeah, he had like
I don't
a
have a whole lot of
wrist
information
injury.
on the Luca
Yeah, I don't know.
injury.
I just saw the Shams tweet, and it was like he's missing multiple weeks, so that's a very kind of like vague and unfortunate thing. But I don't think we could beat the Golden State Warriors. I think the Warriors are too deep. I
They
think
did lose Melton, which sucks, but they're still deep.
yeah, no, they're still insanely deep. Because you still have. Did Pods get hurt too? I think Pods got hurt last game.
He's in it. He had like nose or face.
Okay, so nothing too serious, like not like long term.
No, they have people like
Okay,
I think Melton's a great player, but I do think they
yeah.
have people that'll
Buddy
take up
Hield's
those
been
minutes.
freaking phenomenal.
He is a match made in heaven for
Did not expect that.
no.
I was wrong on that. Yeah, I think they have to make a trade. If I think if they make a trade and you get somebody like Robert Williams, Cam Johnson on the Nets is someone I'm really high on. That's someone I think they should trade D'Lo for, because I do think D'Lo has done a great job in this like 6 man role that he's in right now. But we all know what happens come playoff time.
Yeah.
Like it's unfortunate. Maybe he'll prove us wrong. I hope he does because I genuinely like D'Lo. But the proof is where it's at right now. But I'm curious. I'm just really curious to see how teams play this season out and what kind of trades are done throughout the season. Because I think the Denver Nuggets also need to make a trade. If I'm being completely honest, I think they need some more firepower offensively. I don't think
Yeah.
they have enough shooters around Jokic right now, and the man's still getting like 17
Yeah.
assists a game. So,
Losing KCP was huge.
yeah, it was brutal. Aaron Gordon, I don't know when he comes back from his injury. Um,
What's he
but
got?
I think he hurt his hamstring or something like that. But he's already been out for a few weeks, so he might be coming back soon. But I mean, looking at this more though, I think the Lakers. I just really hope they make a trade. I don't think they're actually going to beat like a championship contender. I don't think they can for sure beat the Boston Celtics. Like even if they somehow made it to the finals, I don't think there's a
The
way they can
Celtics
beat the
are
Boston
scary right
Celtics.
now.
Yeah, I know the Cavs are 16-1 and they're looking the same, but I do think the Celtics are still top dog of the
The
entire
Celtics
league.
are scary right now.
Yeah,
They just get hot from deep, and it's like
Yeah,
All
man.
of a sudden they've hit 10 threes.
They shot what, like 50% from three against Cleveland their last game in that
Yeah.
NBA season tournament. Which let's talk about those courts for what. That court was hideous.
Cleveland, or was that
No,
in?
no, that was in Boston.
I actually,
All
I'm
green.
on the opposite end. I actually kind of
No.
like that court.
I hated the Lakers court too. It was too bright. The lights were too bright.
I lights are too bright. I definitely, I will say I like the courts way more this year than last year. I think they had one guy design all of them with, I think,
Oh, really?
feedback. So instead of it being just like a bunch of random things, like there was some continuity
Yeah.
in the design. Like the trophy placement on the free throw lines might have been there last year. Um, the trophy in the middle, the colors were
Yeah.
all, I think, pulled from the team's primary colors.
I guess they also renamed it too. I wonder if the Lakers fixed that on the banner that they hung last year. Because it did say in season tournament champions, I'm pretty sure. So does it say
Like
NBA?
retrospectively change it. All right, Mac, thank you. This is our Lakers correspondent. Hopefully we'll have some more of these. Any
Let's do
parting
that.
words? I
Thanks,
put you on
Sean.
the spot there, my bad.
You did.
Hold
LeBron
on.
James is the greatest basketball player of all time. Those are my closing words.
Love it. Thank you, Mac.
No problem, man.